Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a story, and as you guessed from the title, it's going to be different as well. What if Naruto took every Biju and left elemental nations? And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story. Now before continuing this, shout out is due where it is due. Shout out to Kayla Laco Duke 7331. I know I probably butchered that name, I apologize for that, but yeah, shout out to you for suggesting this idea. Anyways, moving onwards, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Meta Varif channel as well. And stay tuned, I have made a story, it's uploaded and it's gonna be up on its time. Yeah, I made the story before making here. Anyways, enough said. Without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins 5 years after the Kyubi attack in Konoha Gakure Sato. It was nighttime and October 10th, one day after the Kyubi festival, as Hiruzen Sarutobi has been called to the hospital by an Anbu, and he was rushing there. Why? Because the Anbus this morning have discovered something frightening. They found a 5-year-old child beaten and battered, laying in his own pool of blood in an alleyway. And now we see, in a secluded wing of the hospital of Konoha, a wing made for the Anbus shinobis alike, a doctor was overviewing the wounds and was currently patching up the child. As the Anbus stood there, who found him like this? How did this happen? We don't know. It was me, Hokage-sama. Parrot? Yes. I was returning from a patrol and I caught a glimpse of something red in an alleyway. I went to check on it and found him lying there. What could have done this? People, said Parrot. What? What do you mean by that? Said Dragon, the Anbu commander. Well, Dragon-sama, Dragon-sama, it's simple. There were a lot of wound marks, and the markings and the wounds, it indicated the use of kunais and weapons of such sort. As that is when the door slid open and out came the doctor. His coat was covered in red and so was his gloves, which he was taking off. Not only knives and kunais, forks, anything akin to something that could be used to harm a person. What? Yes. His tissues and muscles are damaged. One of his arms is, at least, completely. Is he? Yes. It will be back to its former self, but he will feel extreme amount of pain while using chakra or doing hard work on his left side. I see. What are your orders, Hokage-sama? We can't let this incident slide. We know that the child is something akin to hated amongst the people, but this has crossed a line. We of Konoha have prided ourselves in protecting our own from any sort of threat, internal included. I get where you're coming from, Dragon. But what about the council? Are you worried about the council? What happened to the professor? Grow up a spine, Hokage-sama. You are our leader, said Dragon. Alright, Anbus, move out. Look for clues, and I want people found within a day or two. Move out. And so the Anbus left. With all the respect to Hokage-sama, the child trusts you and treats you like a grandfather figure. Make sure the sacrifices of his parents are not in vain. I'll try my best. And with that, Dragon left, while Naruto, he was unconscious, was capable of listening everything. As Hiruzen went inside, we see the elders arrived. What are you doing here? We heard what happened to the kid. We have come here to what? To gloat? No, he is an asset to the village, as Koharu was saying, said Danzo Shimura. We wanted to see how badly he was wounded. He was wounded because of you, idiots. If you didn't blurt out the name of the Jinchuriki that night, then there would have been chaos. People would have lived in constant fear. They wanted answers. They want someone to vent their anger out on. And you placed all their anger on an infant child. We suggested You did. Don't place this on me, said Hiruzen as he stood up. Hokage-sama, elders, I believe that... Stay out of this, doctor. I wanted to protect him. I wanted to make sure that he grew up healthy and safe. And I was able to do that for the past 3 years or so, until 2 years ago you decided that the people needed to know the truth. I thought they would be able to handle it, but surprisingly they weren't. Like you knew that it wouldn't. You knew that this would happen. Why? Because you wanted the Jinchuriki to be under your wing, to be trained by yourself as a weapon and a tool for this village. Maybe your personal even. Are you trying to put something on me, Hiruzen? Because I as sure as hell won't just sit and take blame from you. We are relics of the old past, and even I understand that the power of the future needs to be passed down to the next generation. No, Danzo. All you do is blurt out hollow words. I'm gonna call for a council meeting. And today we decide what to do with the kid. Go on. As Hiruzen walked out, we see the elders stood there. What are we gonna do, Danzo? Yeah. We thought that this would work, and with this attack, the kid is crippled. His trust in Hiruzen is gone completely. He has nowhere else just to turn to us. All we have to do is just stick out a hand, and he will lunge at it. You're right. We'll have to make sure that the people side with us. We have to use some payments. Do we have them? Yes, we do. Good. Let's go then. As now we see Naruto while laying there. His eyes were closed, but they shedded a few tears that fell down from his eyes. Because Naruto was in an unconscious state. His body was healing, but his soul was awake. He did not know how, but it was done. As now we see Naruto hunched over in front of a huge seal. As he shed tears. See? I told you. These people, all they know how to do is just use people as pawns. And the legacy that the Anbu was talking about, your parents, they too have died as pawns. Isn't that right, Minato? Kushina. As Minato and Kushina emerged, as Naruto, who looked up with wide eyes that began to shake as he walked towards them, but Kushina and Minato dashed and gave him a hug. Our son. Naruto. My son suffered, Minato, because of these Konohans. I was a fool. I was the one who made this mistake. I should have never. Forgive me, son. This is not the story of Konoha or Naruto. This happens everywhere. I know. Kumo is the only place where the Jinchurikis are treated with respect. The rest of the elemental nations? No. Either they are treated as weapons, tools, or just hated like your son is. I tried to contact with you, Kushina, but you, due to the fear instilled in you by Mito, never listened. And Mito too. Just because Madara manipulated me, thought of me as a monster. What can we do for this? For you and Naruto? How can we get out of this situation? We want our son to be safe, and listen, I know you have the key. I will protect your son and take him somewhere safe. I have been thinking and have been coming up with a plan. Fighting you all will not solve anything. Neither will killing you all. Then what? I'm gonna take each and every Biju and leave. The very roots of the problem. What? How? There is a way. I have learned and mastered the fine arts over the course of thousands of years, and I have found a way to make a Jinchuriki a normal person again. Your son is more than capable enough of housing all 9 of us, and we will leave, taking your son with us. I assure you he will be protected. I'll do it, said Naruto. Son, You don't have to. All you have to do is just be free, and maybe, no, they won't accept me. If anything, they would hate me. I've seen it. Those who still try to connect with me, Gigi and the others, even they would abandon me, finding me useless. QB-san is right. The roots of the problem is people thinking that we are just disposable pawns, and the Bijus are their property to own, and so on from our lives. If we just get away, then hopefully everything will resolve. They would hunt you down. Not so simple. There is west, beyond the sea. With my chakra and the combination of others, we can take Naruto there. Nobody would be able to find us. It would take years, if not a century, to find us. And by that time, many things would have changed already. Elemental nations would have adapted. I have existed here more than thousands of years ago, Minato. And only 100 years ago, the Jinchurikis were militarized. And the Bijus were used as properties and weapons. Instruction. We are gonna place our trust in you, Yubi-san. I know. I promise you that your child will be protected. Let's get out of here, kid. And so, now we see. It was middle of the night. Naruto was recovering, while on the other side, Konoha was in a council meeting, a heated debate. So you're saying that we don't even have a right to protect ourselves? Protect how? By harming kids? He's a 5-year-old. A threat. A threat to Konoha. A ticking time bomb that is living amongst us. That you have long forgotten to address. We have taken it upon our hands to finish what the Fourth have started. You dumb fools, this is not what the Fourth would have wanted. This is exactly what he would have wanted. A judgment. And if you won't be able to deliver that, I'm sorry to say you're not fit to be a Kage and our leader. We'll make the judgment on our own accord. And that is when a huge explosion occurred, shaking the very foundation of Konoha. What the hell was that? As sirens blared, as there the Kyuubi no Yoko was seen. How is that possible? Said many of the civilians. You told us the seal was working, and whose fault do you think that the seal is weakened? And so, the Kyuubi used a Biju Dama. Hiruzen and the Shinobis left, as the civilians and the council chamber was hit directly with the Biju Dama, causing a huge explosion. As the flame ball erupted, Kyuubi took off, disappearing from Konoha. It was the next day, as now we see Hiruzen and the other standing at the destroyed hospital site and the destroyed council chamber. The Kyuubi. It's free, Hokage-sama. Whose fault do you think it is? It's our fault, I know that, but how are we gonna stop it? We're not gonna, said Dragon. What? My men will not go after it and die. We don't have a Minato to stop the Kyuubi this time around, and the Jinchuriki might as well be dead. And these fools, let them recover themselves. We don't have the manpower nor the assets and time and money to waste on Kyuubi. You're right. By now, it's probably far gone. And so, Konoha didn't went after the Kyuubi, but Jiraiya did get a memo to try to use his spy network to locate down if he could. As on the other side we see, Kyuubi had taken over Naruto's body. I'm gonna take the wheel, kid. Just sit still. And so, for the next course of years, Suna, as well as Takigakure and a few other villages were hit, where the Jinchurikis lived and were mistreated, and they were taken. But something had changed. The people, the Jinchurikis, even after their Biju was taken from them, the hate didn't stop, it doubled down. So Naruto and the others decided to take them with them. And so, Naruto had gained a few allies, a few friends, such as Gaara and Fu, who had stuck by his side. The others, the older ones, they decided to just leave and move on to a civilian village. After that, They even flipped a bird to their village because after they got the hate of losing the Biju, they wanted him dead or tried to. Naruto offered them to take them, but they didn't listen. So now we see the only ones were left were two Jinchurikis, Jujito and none other than B. It was nighttime in Kumo as Naruto arrived there, where B was resting. What do you want, fool? I wish to speak to Gyuki. Who are you? Kurama. As immediately Gyuki took over, what are you doing here, Kurama? I have decided. The backup plan we discussed. Wait. You mean to say that all that noise that is going on, it's you? Yes. Oh my god, did you kill the poor child as well? No. He is in on this. He is going to be the Jinchuriki of all of us. Are you insane? The toll that his body will take is not gonna be a shinobi. Besides, I promised his parents that I will protect him and his family. We already have gathered a lot of us here, Gyuki, said Kurama. What? Yes, a lot of us are here. The only ones that aren't are you and Matatabe. I'm gonna go and talk to Matatabe next. I'm gonna give you time to decide until then. And so now we see Kurama left, as B and Gyuki were left to talk alone. What do you think? Partner, what do you mean by that, B? Aren't you going to ask any questions? It's your life, and they are your family, so yeah, I have no right to jump in on this. It's your decision. And don't worry about me, I'll be fine. Yeah, of course I will be. What do you take me for? Fine. I understand. I have to leave. This is the only option we have. I know. Good luck out there, Gyuki. We had a lot of fun. I'm just gonna miss someone here. Someone who, genuinely liked my rap. Yeah. Hopefully we'll be able to become successful or something. Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to do so. And so, half an hour later, Kurama returned. Alright, I'm back. Wait a minute. I'll get him up. Oi, Gyuki, come talk to your buddy here. So Gyuki arrived, taking over B's body. What did Matatabe say? She agreed. It was quite sentimental leaving her Jinchuriki behind. So we decided to take her along with us. Okay. I'm ready. And so, now we see Kurama used the hand seals and a light emerged. And B and Gyuki were separated. Whoa, I feel light and, I don't know, dizzy. You're gonna feel like that for 2 days or so, B, said Kurama. Gyuki's here. He's resting as well. Take care of him. Of course I will. You take care of yourself. If you know, I'm not gonna leave my other bro around. I'm gonna stick to... Make sure he doesn't, lash out too much. Which I know he's gonna do once Uchiha is gone missing. They want to stick together. It's their choice, I know. Where are you gonna go? I don't know. I'm afraid I can't tell you. Just make sure they're safe. Every one of them, including the kid. I'll make sure of that. And so, Kurama left. The whole Jinchurikis left. All the Bijus left. Naruto being the Jinchuriki. And some of the Jinchurikis, such as Gaara, Fu, and Uchiha, but they left with Naruto. They arrived on a boat that went to west and boarded it in the middle of the night and left. In the meanwhile, years began to pass by. As Akatsuki tried to locate down the Jinchurikis, those who remained, they tracked them down and found nothing. They did not know why or how the Bijus have gone missing. When one of them, the four-tailed Jinchuriki, Roshi, his soul was extracted, it was found out that the nine-tail has taken over the Jinchuriki's body and taken the Biju. But what they couldn't find out where, they searched each and every corner of the elemental nation. But they couldn't. The plan is done. There's nothing we can do. they begin to yell out and lash out at one another. The most pissed out of all of them was none other than Zetsu himself, but there was nothing he could do. Without the Bijus, there was nothing they could do. The Tentil was nothing more than a shell. And so, he had to find another way. Well, the Akatsuki was disbanded. But shortly after, a war erupted. A war of new era. Kuma thought that it could take on Konoha now, and so a new run for power dominance erupted. And many of them suffered. In the end, there was a ceasefire and a halt for war. Many casualties were made on every side. Nobody was spared. People blamed at first on the Bijus who had gone missing, but later it became evident who was to the blame. The older generation got blamed for meaningless wars, and now there was nothing they could do but just to rebuild and hope for the better and peace. In the meanwhile, up on the west, where chakra wasn't that much known, but still existed, the Jinchurikis were still safe within Naruto, and so were the other three who was ventured there with him. They were traveling and trying to find a home to settle down in, still somewhat in fear that somebody would come and look out for them. But each and every day of their life was peaceful, and that was something. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you liked this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Metaverse channel as well, and stay tuned for a story there. As this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.